Now, when it takes days to actually synthesize a market shift, we are actually leading because of outdated information. We are only reacting. So I have actually built this engine, which is a very intelligent engine, which I tagged as Market Plus AI, to actually transform our strategy from reactive to proactive. This solution actually delivers intelligence as a service, which is actually a fully automated multi-agent system that provides fast, reliable, and continuously updated insights. So by actually replacing 15 hours of manual labor with just 5 minutes of automated intelligence, we eliminate information intelligence, latency. Can you remember I told you about strategic information latency? So this is what this Market Plus AI, a very intelligent engine, is going to solve. Now, part of the impact, makers currently wait days for reports that should actually just take few minutes. The objective, automate researches, analysis, and executive reports, so actually ensures that Flutterwave remains proactive and not just reactive. So now, this is my solution overview, which is the backbone of my Market Plus AI. So now it's a fully automated multi-agent system that actually plans research, collects market data, analyzes findings, generates executive-ready reports, and actually delivers insights automatically. If you can see, it has actually eliminated manual work, the one that everybody will have to gather in the department. Bring your research. Manager A, bring your research. Manager B, bring your research. Manager C, bring your research. This has actually eliminated that. So now, and like I said, this is just the goal is just to actually minimize human involvement from request to actually delivery while maintaining quality and relevance. So now, if you actually look at this technical architecture, the logic behind this is an intelligent separation of concern with consign model, where we have the orchestrator, which is the n8n, which is the tool for building the AI automation workflow. We've been talking about AI automation workflow. What are we going to use to build that? Which is n8n. n8n is what we are going to use to build it. That's actually the back end of what the Market Plus AI is acting on. We have the brain. Everybody acts because you could think, and you can also think very well. So the brain behind this Market Plus AI is Google Gemini, and I'm sure that everybody knows about AI interactive, like you can interact with ChatGPT, you can interact with Google Gemini. So this is the brain behind it. I'm sure that if you go to your ChatGPT that everybody mostly use, if you ask it anything, it will give it to you, no matter how bulky it might be. And the reason why I'm using Google Gemini 2.5 Flash is because it serves as a primary model for high reasoning. We have our specialized agents. Now, this is where the main orchestration starts from. So now these are specialized agents. It's just like we having a department, and the CEO is saying that we are lacking in information latency. Okay, what can we do? Planner, manager, what can we do to do that? Okay, go and make your research. Researcher, please make your research. Analyst agents, do yours as well, and come up with a report for me. Now, when the report is ready, it goes to our deliveries, which is either we want it in our Google Drive or email or either Slack. So as shown in the architecture, this goes far beyond just a simple chatbot that you can just chat using n8n. So now using n8n, the system actually orchestrates a team of specialized agents. Like I said, which is the planner agent, the research agent, and the analyst agent. So each of them are actually responsible for a distinct research or analysis tasks. Using Google Gemini, I'm sure you remember I said Google Gemini. which serves as the brain behind it. So what it does is like it goes, and why I pick this Google Gemini is because one, it has our ability to actually process large regulatory documents such as CBN Gazette in just seconds. I'm sure that sometimes when we interact with ChatGPT, we want it to do something. We upload like a file in which it will actually help us analyze it. So this is what Gemini is doing here. So now this separation of roles ensures the system researches before it writes, rather than just guessing. So by assigning clear responsibility to this agent, we've been able to eliminate overlap. We've been able to improve consistency and significantly reduce the risk of hallucinated or unreliable insights. And what do I mean by that? Because we have something that we are asking, something that is the brain, that is helping us, that is giving us a, that is giving us answer. And we've been able to actually say, okay, this is what we want. I'm sure that it will not beat around the bush. It will go straight to the point. So if we don't have that particular brain there, it will just keep bringing information we don't need. So justification for my workflow. So now this is justification of my choice, which is why multi-agent architecture. Multi-agent is I spoke about the planner agent. I talked about the researcher and the analyst. Those are multi-agents working together to give us a result. So now, why did I use n8n? I'm sure you remember I talked about n8n, which is the tool for producing our AI automation workflow. So I chose it for speed and flexibility. It actually lets us just deploy quickly and plug in straight into Flutter with existing tools like Slack, emails, Google Drive without any heavy engineering overload. Why did I use Google Gemini? Can actually read and reason over multiple large regulatory documents at once. So that actually ensures that our leaderships are not actually decisions are not based on full regulatory context, are based on full regulatory context, not just incomplete summaries. So why multi-agent? So compared to a single prompt approach, the multi-agent actually system provides stronger control, more consistent and higher quality insights, and a solution that is easier to refine and scale as the business grows. So it mirrors how consulting team operates with each agent owning a defined role. So it just actually shows us that, okay, we are in a department. Okay, manager A or Mr. A has brought a report. Mr. B has brought a report. Mr. C has brought a report. Okay, we are submitting it to our head of the department. And the head of the department will actually collate everything as a report to present to the CEOs, to stakeholders. So that's what this is actually doing. The multi-agent, the automation workflow. So let me continue. So this is a picture of my workflow, which I'm still going to go there and show you how it's automates. So business impact and our return on investment. So with the market plus AI, 95% reduction in research from 15 hours to 5 minutes. I'm sure that's very interesting. Something that will actually take us, that will take our laptop, we'll go home, we'll keep researching, 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 researching. At the end, we might not even come up with anything. But this Market Plus AI is telling us that it can actually provide all those information. What you are meant to get in 15 hours, you can get it in 5 minutes. We are talking about consistency. Standardized reports follows the exact Flocktaway voice. Is what you want it to give you is going to give you. That's the voice. We have scalability. So the system can monitor new markets like Egypt. We know Flocktawave is all over some African countries. in some African countries. So the system can actually monitor new markets like Egypt, South Africa, by just simply adding a country-specific site filter. Then we have cost saving. It reduces operational head while increasing speed of strategic pivots. So now I'm going to go to like the future and scalability. So this is just a part where our n8n workflow, we can actually improve it. That's in future. So this is just like my memory integration, internal rack system, visual analysis, front end interface. Another interesting part is the Telegram chat bot interface. It's something that you can easily chat with. You can easily say, okay, I need a report for this, and it will give it to you without any stress. So you don't have to, it's something that is easily accessible. So like the outcome is just 95% reduction in research time, but the bigger advantage is scalability. The system is built to scale alongside Flutterwave expansion across key African hubs, including Nigeria, Egypt, Kenya, South Africa. So this actually, it transforms fragmented online information into clear, actionable strategic direction. So
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, Olusegun.
I'm
Sorry
with
to
you.
interrupt like that. Yeah, I just wanted to inform those who are here currently that there is a form in the chat box. Ensure to fill out the attendance form. If you look at the chat right now, you'd see Deborah, one of my team members, posting the attendance form in the chat. If you want the slides that Olusegun is sharing, the slides I would share later on in this session, ensure to fill out the attendance form. It's going to pop into your email alongside with the recording of this session. Okay. So do how to fill that form. Once you are done filling the form, type done in the chat while Olusegun is presenting. So go on, Olusegun. Sorry to interrupt once again.
Okay. Okay. I want to close this. So I want to close this sidebar so that they can see me well. Oh, okay. Let me just reduce this. So, okay, I'll just shift it out. So this is my workflow. So the whole story I've actually been saying since, this will actually solve the information latency because of the speed, strategic speed it has. So they don't have to worry about them getting information late. This is going to do it. So I've been able to put this into three categories. If let me increase it. So let me just put it like this. This is the total workflow from start to finish. This is the total workflow. So this was what I was able to build from scratch, and it gives me delivery. So now let me start like this. So from this part, I'm sure you can see my cursor. I don't know
Yes,
if you can see
you
my
can.
cursor. I don't know. I want people to say hi. I want everybody to be carried along. I don't just want a
All
situation
right.
whereby everybody's just listening and probably distracted.
Yeah, give a thumbs up or type something in chat. Let's know that you are all following, okay? So I can see. All right. Okay.
So,
People are saying hi in the chat. All right. So yeah,
okay,
good.
let me just continue. So now this first part, which these two parts, I call them the input parts. These middle parts, I call it the brain. And this part to the end, let me increase it. This part to the end is the deliveries, which is the output part. This is where, if you can see a mail here, this is where we get the mails. This is where the Google Drive, this is where we get the raw reports in our Google Drive and all. So now let me start. So I'm going to actually run this. Okay, before I run this, I need just one person to give me to drop their mail in the box. I'm going to just pick one person. I need a mail in the chat box. I mean the chats. I need a mail. So why I need this mail is this. Once I run this, the person is going to receive um an email.
When
I want
when you said
to
I need a mail. I thought I wanted to ask, are you fighting with females?
Ah,
Why?
sorry, I need an email.
All right.
A Google email. I need one. Let me see. I want to access it. Okay. Has anybody dropped anyone?
Yes, I think there are like three
Three
or even
already?
yeah, yeah. Divine Silas 670 at gmail.com.
Oh,
I don't know. Can you see the chat?
yeah, I can see the chat, but okay. Let me pick the last person, which is Emmanuel. Okay, so I'm going to impute your mail here. Okay, let me just add it.
Or if you can send, can you add one more? Is that if that's possible?
Okay, so the reason why I won't be able to add one more is this. This is a free version.
Yeah, so it's limited.
So it's
Okay.
limited, and I might run it. And well, let me run it. Let me run it. Let me execute
Okay.
this. So this is you can see the strategic planner agent, which is the planner agent. So now the planner agent has been able to receive information from. So there's something we call trigger. Once you execute, the triggers receives a message that there is something needed. So it alerts every other ones to start work. So now this edit field contains information about the company. So this is where you are going to input every information about the company name, the sales period, anything you want. Do you get? Then this strategic planner gets those information, uses a model, which is the brain, the Google Gemini, to be able to put them together and delegates it to a research agent. So you can see now the research agent is working now. You can see the research agent in respond to action. So once it's done, you will see how it's going to move. The planner gets the information, reads it, gets the all needed tool to use, delegates it to the planner agent is like the CEO, like the head of that department. So I named it like senior strategic planner, which I would say head of the department. So this he sends it to the researcher. So the researcher goes and fetch for information. Once it's done, it sends it back to the planner agent. Like, I'm done. Oh, just like them giving you individual tasks at work. Oh, what's going on? This part of what I was saying. Okay, are you with me?
Wait. Yeah, well, with you. Or maybe you want to, I think I saw your own email as part of the receivers.
Yes, maybe I
Maybe you
should.
want to yeah, limit it to just the person you
Let
want to
me just
send.
limit it to one person. Okay, so let me just save this and refresh. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me run it again. So is ingesting the information. So we can see it's running.
Yeah, so while it's running, yeah, while it's running,
Okay.
okay, let me just do a little bit of catching up, okay,
Okay.
especially for those people who just joined. Now, what we are looking at in
Okay.
front of us is N8N. Okay, it's
Okay.
like think of it like your kitchen where you cook. You know, your kitchen, you have your pots, you have the I'm not a good cook, so I may miss out some things when talking about the kitchen. Okay. So but I know you have your pots, you have water, and you have your ingredients. All right. So n8n is that kitchen. Okay. So within n8n, you can, build what we call AI agents. Now, what are AI agents themselves? How many of us know who a virtual assistant is? Do you know who a virtual assistant is, or a PA, personal assistant? Type in the chat. Yes, type yes in the chat if you know who a PA or a virtual assistant is.
Okay.
Fantastic.
You know,
Ordinarily,
okay, continue.
okay. So I'll
Continue,
soon wrap
continue,
up.
continue.
Oluwasegun.
Okay, continue.
All right, I'll wrap up soon. So ordinarily, what Oluwasegun is showing us now used to be the job of a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant can do this. All right. But Oluwasegun has built an AI automation workflow that can do the job of that virtual assistant now. Okay, and he used n8n. So that's why we are saying in 2026, if you ignore AI is likely going, people like Oluwasegun will build an AI that will take away your job. Okay, so you want to be in the position where you can build these kind of solutions, not in the position where your job is at stake. So again, do well to fill out the attendance form if you haven't already. Click on the link in the chat, fill out the attendance form so you can get all the materials used in this particular session. Oluwasegun, the
Okay.
floor is yours.
So this is coming up with an error. So initially I told you that this is a free version. This is a free version, and if we look at it, if you read the error here, so most times you always come across things like this because mostly for the learning aspect of it, you'll be using free version mostly, especially when you've not probably maybe started working. So you'll be using free version most of the time. So this error, let me just minimize this so that we can see the screen well. Can you see my screen? This part. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, so initially I said something about the free version, and the reason why I'm using Google Gemini, I could have actually just used ChatGPT, but ChatGPT has this payment. So if you actually look at it, I've made so many requests today from Google Gemini. There's a limit to which you can actually make request you can make from Google Gemini because you have to pay for it. But because I'm a student and I use the free version, so there's a limit to which I can actually do. So it's telling me the errors like this are bound to happen. But how you are able to get over it is the main success about it. So like now, if you see too many requests, you have exceeded your current quota. Please check your plan and billing details, meaning it wants me to pay for it. So I'm just going to actually show us something. I'm going to show us, okay, before that, let me increase this. So once this actually is done with the whole information, it passes it on to this delivery part, which it configures it into a editable Google document, which this does. Then it converts that Google document, which is Word document, into PDF. So once it's done, it uploads it on your Google Drive. Once it uploads it on your Google Drive, yeah, we have our what's name? There will be a notification that will be sent to us. This is a notification. This is a notification. Hello, this is to notify you that the request report has been successfully generated and sent to your Google Drive. You can access it using the link below at your convenience. If I click this link, it's going to take me to my Google Drive immediately. This is a report I've generated before. This is how it's going to come out. This is the Google documents. So this is like a summary, this is like a timeline, this is like a marketing plan, like what we can do to actually improve the business itself. So this is risk and mitigation. So this is what it's going to give you. So it's going to give you in two formats. It's going to give you in Google documents, which is Word documents, and it's going to give you in PDF as well. This is the PDF version of it. So this is a PDF version of it. I guess you can see my screen. So this is my Google Drive. This is where I will receive the old information. This is where I will receive the old information. So I will say that is it for this workflow. Um, so like actually, so conclusion of this, so this solution actually converts market research from a manual, inconsistent activities into a reliable automated decision support system for leadership. So the objective isn't just theoretical perfection. It's delivering practical, repeatable business value through disciplined and well-designed AI automation. So this is just okay. So I appreciate your time. By replacing 15 hours of manual research with 5 minutes of automation, we aren't just staying informed, we are gaining a competitive velocity. So let's build the future of fintech together through AI. Thank you. So I'll say this, like he said earlier, everybody keeps saying something that AI is going to take your job. AI is going to take your job. Actually, AI is not going to take your job. But do you know what will take your job? Someone that knows AI will take your job. Because if I work for that department and I'm vast with AI automation, I can bet you to reduce costs, they will let other of my colleagues go because I am vast with AI automation. So that's what it is going to do to most jobs in future. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Oluwasegun. Thank you very much, Oluwasegun.
You're
You
welcome.
pretty much took that last bit out of my mouth. Okay. So
Yeah.
people say, oh, AI is going to replace us. The actual truth is not exactly AI will just stand up and replace you. No, it is someone like you who knows how to use AI that would, do the replacement. Okay. So instead of a human being, I mean, what the AI Oluwasegun built is doing or can do now is something a human being should do. It will take a human being like maybe 2, 3 hours per day to come up with this report. But the AI automation that Oluwasegun built can do that whenever it is triggered. Okay, a triggered is a criteria that should be met before the AI can work. Okay, you know what they call trigger. You know, if I say somebody said something to me that triggered me, do you know what that means? If I say somebody said something to me that triggered me, it means the person said something that made me act in a particular way. That's exactly what trigger means here. So when a particular uh criteria is met. Okay, for example, it could be a date. On so and so date, send the report. It will send it. Oh, every 15 minutes, send the report. All of these are examples of triggers. Okay, so I hope you learned one or two things from what Oluwasegun presented. Oluwasegun, did building this involve writing any code?
To be
Did
very
you
sincere
need
with you,
any?
no. I did data science and I know what coding is. So this is just, I'm sure I didn't show anything about coding since I started. I just built it from the scratch and I was able to come up with this. So there was nothing like coding or SQL or anything, and nothing like that. Nothing. Nothing.
Fantastic. So basically, you're saying you just drag and drop, then
Just
click here, click there.
yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Oluwasegun. Oluwasegun, how long did it take you to learn this thing? Maybe like 1 year or 2 years, or how long did it take you to learn AI automation?
I would say just 2 months, of
Two
which
months.
it wasn't even up to 2 months because it wasn't up to 2 months. I started building workflows already. I kept on building
So,
workflows
so
just to,
before the program ended, you were already building stuff.
yes, I was already building stuff. I'm sure, I don't know if you told them that even before my program ended, I got a job in AI
Fantastic,
automation.
fantastic.
I got a job in AI automation. So it's not a waste of time, actually. It is not a waste of time. So if you're actually here and you are actually looking at it like, am I making the right decision? Because I've heard people, since the program started until I ended, I can't count how many people have actually said, this is the right way to, this is the next big thing. And two
Absolutely.
people have actually really enrolled, and I'm sure they are happy right now. So it is not a waste of time. It is the big
Fantastic.
next thing.
Great. Fantastic one. So I know a lot of people have questions. Don't worry, the session is recorded, so I will share that to you. Just ensure that if you are here, you have filled the attendance form. Okay. Banji, your hand came up, so I'll take just your question and then I will do my own side of the presentation in like 30 minutes, and then we are good to go. So what I want to show you exactly what Oluwasegun benefited from the program, in detail so that you can know exactly what steps to take. But Banji, do you want to quickly unmute and speak?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Olusegun, and thank you, Mr. Mohammed. Fantastic.
You're
But I
welcome.
believe what I want to say is more of question or is clarification. Though
Okay.
he's tried to summarize everything from the trigger,
Yeah.
you make emphasis on trigger can be anything, can be date, can be something incident, this and that.
Mhm.
So me, I believe that in the course of this course, we are going to learn this thing from the beginning, from details, because how to generate all those workflow, all those map, all those things. It look
Mhm.
technical, but from what he said within 5 minutes was able to do that.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
believe this our training starting tomorrow.
Mhm.
It will enable or enhances our knowledge to know about that, because like you said, like what he
Yeah.
said, Mr. Olusegun, whether we like it or not, in nearest years to come, some people will be retrenched from the organization because if
Mhm.
an artificial intelligence can do something, why am I employing someone
Why am I
to do
employing
that?
someone?
So please,
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to get impactful training with your organization. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Banji. So, Banji, you had already registered from what I can deduce, right? Hi, Banji. Quick one.
Yes,
You've already
I've
registered
registered. I'm starting with you people by tomorrow.
tomorrow. Okay. So,
Yes.
are you? I think the onboarding is going on right now. So maybe you want to um maybe you want to get the link from any of my team members. So just I think you're chatting with one of my team members currently, right?
Yes, but I don't know
Okay,
if
so
there's any link for tomorrow's class.
there is. That's what I'm saying. You're meant to be in the onboarding right now to, get to grasp with what you're expected to do from tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
we
think I
usually have
got
an
it.
onboarding.
I
Okay,
got something like that.
join that particular session. Join it, please. You'd need it.
You
They
need
have
it.
already
Okay?
You need
sent
it.
me an
So
email with a
Yes.
is it Google Word or Google something.
Google
That's how
Yes,
we're
Form.
but there's a
that's
video call going on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a video call going on now that you need to join. Just check that email, okay? Or
oh
reach out via WhatsApp, yeah, so that you don't miss out on anything. But good thing is the session is still recorded, so even after now, you can still go back to it, okay? So, but
all
send a
right.
WhatsApp message to that to my team member who is speaking with you now, okay?
So I can exit from this meeting.
Yes, you can. You can.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Fantastic. Okay, great. So Oluwasegun, thank you very much for your time. I want to
You're
appreciate you
welcome.
before you take your leave. All right, so I'll go ahead and share my screen now, and we can go on. So after my own part of the presentation, I'll take questions again. Okay, I'll take questions again. All right, so um, let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. Um, all right. All right. Fantastic one. Fantastic one. Great. So now in 2026, the question is no longer going to be, can you do the job? Okay. It is how fast can you do it? It's not about effort. It's going to be about leverage. And the leverage here is actually AI. Now, how many of you know Meta? Meta. How many of you know Meta? In other words, Facebook, the Facebook, Instagram, um, thread, ecosystem. How many of you know Meta? Very quickly, guys, let's make this as interactive as possible so we can wrap up in the next 30 minutes. Okay, fantastic. Now, the owner of Facebook, the owner of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, has declared that in 2026 he is going to grade his workers on their AI skills. So AI is going to be the new metric upon which his employees would be graded. And these are the leaders in the industry. So many of the other industries are following suit. And guess what? It is going to cascade into other startups. So if you know how to use AI, you definitely have an edge over your counterpart who does not know how to use AI. Okay? And he said this was around November 14th last year. So not up to 2 months ago that this was published. Okay? So and if you also look at my right-hand side, November 25th, the Times of India stated that McKinsey, and if you don't know McKinsey, McKinsey is uh, one of the largest, management consulting firms in the world. And they've stated that, look, a lot of people are saying, oh, AI is going to kill jobs. A lot of jobs do not exist anymore. Guess what? AI is going to redefine how we do our jobs and even create more jobs. So while some people are losing their jobs, there are 10 other jobs that are going to replace that job. So it is not 1 to 1, it is 1 to 10. For every one job that goes, there are 10 more. So the question would not be, oh, some people become jobless. No, it is there is a shift occurring now. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit down and watch that shift happen, or you want to join and take action? Okay, so you don't lose out. All right, that's the big question you need to start asking yourself. And this is not all. You also have Fortune 500 stating that, look, if you're a young professional right now and you're looking for promotions, just skill up in AI. Don't overthink it. Just skill up in AI. I have seen people that a whole new department was created for them within the organization just because they know how to use AI. Okay, so they formed an AI team within the company, and the team members are the ones handling anything that has to do with AI. So these are opportunities you can create for yourself. You don't even need to start running. I saw somebody asking, oh, is it faster to get a job in this? It's not about, is it faster? Don't even think about getting a job. It is automatic. That's the end product. That's the byproduct of you scaling up in AI. So the focus for you in 2026 is skill up in AI. Uchechukwu, send a WhatsApp DM to my team member. Okay, send a WhatsApp DM to my team member who was speaking to you. Okay, and you'll be sorted out. All right, send a WhatsApp DM, Uchechukwu. All right, so let's go on. Now, this was November 26, 2025. Now, there are so many other ones. I can go on and on. AI won't kill jobs, but will reshape 32 million jobs over the course of a year. The other one is saying nearly 4 in 10 companies will replace workers with AI by 2026. And these are from real surveys, not speculations. I included all of their links here. So all of the outlets I just showed you now, you can actually click on it and read the full memo yourself when you get the slide. So ensure you fill out the attendance form if you haven't already, so that you can get that email to you. Now, the key thing, somebody was asking, how do I land a job? This is the formula. Step 1 is attend relevant workshop. And guess what? Let me congratulate you. You have taken the first step. I want you guys to send a reaction. Send a reaction. If you are here right now, you have already taken the first step in landing an AI job for yourself. Now, the second thing that you need to do is you need projects. Nobody's going to hire you because you say you know how to use AI. There have to be proof. Okay? You have to show proof that you know how to do it. An example is what Oluwasegun just showed us. Okay? That is an example of proof. Number 3 is you have to have work history. Now, people will say, oh, Mohammed, but I'm doing this for the first time. Where do I get work history from? Now, there is something called tailoring previous experience. Now, even if the job you've been doing before you decided to get into AI is goalkeeping, has nothing to do with tech, there are ways to tailor your experience in that role to suit where you want to go. So these are skills that you need, all right? And you get within here at Analytics business. Step 4 is continuous learning. Even after getting a job, okay, you have to continue to learn. All right, you have to continue to learn, you have to continue to practice so that you are well informed. Now, let me show you some of the people who have done this before, because it may look like something that is impossible for you to achieve until you actually do it. Okay, it always looks impossible until you actually get it done yourself. So these are people who were like yourselves. They joined a session like this with zero experience and finally landed a job. You have Abigail, you have Tony, you have Benga, you have Nathaniel, you have Abdul Rashid. Guess what? Tony and Nathaniel, I had the privilege of preparing them ahead of their interview. So that's one service I'll be talking about later on in this session. One of the things we do is whenever you get an interview invite, you inform us, so we prepare you ahead of that interview. So you are not going into the interview blind. You are going into the interview with the eyes of an experienced professional. For someone like me now, I've had my own fair share of interviews. Okay, I have my own fair share of interviews. So coming off that experience, what are the things I can share to you? And also specifically to that job you want to apply to? What are the questions you should expect? And when they ask that question, what are the answers they are expecting? So when they ask the question, you already know how to answer and they are not catching you off guard. And even if there is any question that seems new, because you have prepared, you have a very good idea on the kind of answer they're expecting. For example, you are in an interview and they ask you, can you tell us a time where you missed the deadline? How did you handle the situation? You can't say, oh, since you've been working, you've never missed a deadline. It's impossible. Okay, missing a deadline is not always your fault. It could be the fault of someone else. Okay, but how do you answer that question in an interview? Don't worry, let's keep that for another day. So I had the opportunity of preparing Tony and Nathaniel ahead of their job interviews. So now in 2025, let's look back. In 2025, okay, the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs reports. Now, if you don't know the World Economic Forum, that is where world decisions are made. It's a forum that happens, I think, every 3 years, if I'm correct. And a full report of the forum is documented in the Future of Jobs report. So the link is here. I attached the link all over the slide. I want you to look at it. Now, within that report, I got this particular slide. And this chart says that in 2025, employers were asked, when you want to employ somebody, what are the skills? What are the top skills you need from these people? In 2025, AI ranked 11th. Fast forward. Fast forward to 2026 and beyond. AI is now right at the top of that same list. At the top of that same list. So if you ask an employer, what is the top skill you would want any of your employee to know? They'll tell you AI. And it is not by a small margin. Look, 87. The next to it is 70. The next to that is 68. You can see how close the other ones are, but they are far away from AI. AI is growing very fast. So if you don't know how to use any AI skill, any AI tool now, you have to start rethinking your position. And this goes beyond ChatGPT. Don't call yourself an AI expert if ChatGPT is the only thing you know how to use. It goes beyond ChatGPT. Okay? It goes beyond ChatGPT. Okay? Now, let me tell you how you actually get a job. What's the roadmap to getting a job from hitting that apply button? Because there are some things that you make mistake in. Now, when you hit the apply button, a lot of us think, oh, my CV is going to go to the HR. How many of you believe so? You believe that when you hit that apply button, your CV goes directly to the HR. Type yes in the chat if you think so. You think your CV goes to the HR. If you agree with me, type a yes in the chat. Whenever you hit the apply button, your CV appears on the HR table and they look at it and decide what to do with it. Guys, where is the chart? Where is the chart? Ensure to fill out the attendance form also if you haven't filled it yet. Okay, Jibril said no. All right. Now, when you hit the apply button, your CV does not go to the HR. Okay, it goes through an AI called ATS. So your recruiters are already using AI. Okay, so are you going to sit down and not use AI as well? So this ATS has one job. It's going to go through your CV and the job description and score your CV on a scale of 1 to 100. Now, most of the time, the cutoff mark is not less than 90%. So if you score anything less than 90%, you are likely going to get that funny email that starts with, dear so and so, while your application stood out, we regret to inform you that we will be moving on with other candidates who we deem more suitable for the role. How many of you receive those emails? Let me know those who are here, who are actively applying to jobs. How many of you are familiar with such emails? How many of you are familiar with such emails? Fantastic. So you can see the active job seekers right here, right now. So the reason is because you didn't meet the cutoff mark. Okay, back then we used to call those emails love letters. All right. So, but guess what? If your CV exceeds the threshold, that is when an actual HR will take a look at your CV. All right. And then from there, you get called for an interview. And from there, you get offered the job. You get offered the job. This is the workflow. Now, most people miss the ATS. And if you miss the ATS or you don't even know that it exists, you fall. You fall into that trap. Okay, you fall into that trap. Another secret in the job market, especially if you're an African and you're listening to me right now, is recruiters are no longer hell-bent on recruiting people within their own locality abroad anymore. They are now looking towards Africa, Nigeria, for equivalent talents that can do the same job remotely from wherever they are, which means you have satisfied one of the criteria already, you just being an African. You've met one of the criteria. Okay, the second criteria is, do you have the skill? So, and you can see that it's the same question we've been asking. Do you know how to use AI? Do you have the AI skill yet? Okay, and right now, the easiest way to make impact is by AI. Okay, you can sit down without writing code, you are moving the needle. And at the end of the day, you'd see that there is no CEO who is interested in your codes. What a CEO is interested in is, how can I make more profits? How can I make more profits? Nobody's interested in codes. Codes don't move the needle. What moves the needle? It is impact. Okay, it is impact. So let's move ahead. I want to now introduce you to some of the career paths you can start looking at within AI. The first one is AI automation engineering. Okay, so this is just talking about the future of jobs report. Okay, but let's talk about the 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 skills that you can go into. Okay, so we have AI automation engineering. AI automation engineering. Okay, if you look at this part of my screen, you will see that same n8n that Oluwasegun was showing us. So this is n8n as well. Okay, so you use it to build AI agent, just like Oluwasegun has done. So, like I said earlier, AI agents are like virtual assistants, but instead of it being a human being, it's an AI built by you. So, and to build it, you don't need a coding skill. And these are some of the tools you'd use: n8n, Zapier, Flowise, Gemini, VPI, 11 labs for voice agents. Okay, you want to build AI agents that can speak or that can transcribe speech. Okay, and when you speak to them, it will feel as if you are speaking to an actual human. And they can take actions as well, like sending emails, reading documents, booking an appointment on your Google Calendar, and so many more. Okay, now the second one is AI for data analysts. Now, this is still AI automation, but tailored towards data analysis use case. So, what the kind of AI agents you'll be building here are AI agents that can analyze data, give periodic analytics report, and so on and so forth. So if you are inclined towards the data analysis career path, this is the career path for you. Okay, whether you've previously done something around data analytics or not, you can get into this and learn how to automate data analytics workflows. Now, if you are into HR, you want to look at generative AI for HR analytics. If you are here and you are HR personnel, don't look at any other program. Look at this one, especially if your long-term plan is to remain within the HR space. Okay, so what you want to do is, how can you infuse AI into the HR space? Things like the ATS, you should be able to build an ATS without writing code. Okay, before, ATS involved writing code, but now you no longer need codes to build an ATS, and it will even be more accurate than the previous ATS that used to exist. So you want to learn how to build ATS, you save your HR team tons of hours going through CVs manually. Okay, you can automate rejection and even acceptance emails. So again, the Attendance form is in the chat. If you don't fill the attendance form, you won't get my slides, you won't get Oluwasegun's slide, you won't get the recording of the session via mail. So do well to fill out the attendance form if you haven't already. Click that blue link in the chat and fill it out accordingly. All right. So as I was saying, as a HR personnel, you want to go into AI for HR analytics, okay, where you work on automating several use cases within the HR space. And you also have generative AI for business analysis. Now, as a business analyst, okay, it's very similar to project management. These two are very similar, okay? They are very similar. So if you're a people's person, you like dealing with people, you like leading people, you like documenting, you like tracking, if that sounds like if that sounds like who you are, then these are the career paths you want to take. Now you go for business analysis if you want to look at things from the business aspect of things. So creating structure, initiating projects, handling stakeholders, planning a project, and all of that. Then you go for AI in business analysis. Now, if you want to be able to as you can see, project planning is also here. Okay, so they are very interchangeable. Okay, so but you want to look more at execution, managing risk, AI automation. You want to do a little bit of AI automation using n8n as well. You want to go into generative AI for project managers. Okay, so these are the 5 career paths you can go into right now as someone who is starting afresh. Okay. Now, on top of all of this, there was something Oluwasegun also mentioned. You don't just learn the technical aspect of things. You want to go, you get exposed during the program to what we call employability skills. It is one thing to learn a skill that you've not known before, and it is another thing to learn the actual skills to catch fish in the ocean. Okay, or do we catch fishes in the ocean or in the river? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a fisherman. Okay, but you get what I mean. The first thing you go through is what? CV review and revamp. So how should your CV even look like to start with? Number 2 is LinkedIn optimization. LinkedIn optimization. So your LinkedIn profile, how should it look like? And speaking about LinkedIn, allow me to share with you my LinkedIn profile so that you can go through it a little bit. So that gives you a perspective on how your own LinkedIn profile should look like. If your LinkedIn profile does not look like my own, then you simply are not ready to catch the attention of recruiters. Okay. I am not actively looking for a job, but my LinkedIn is still very optimized and I'm very present on LinkedIn. Okay. I post literally every single day. Every day I make a post on LinkedIn. So that's my LinkedIn profile link in the chat. So you can connect with me as well. Okay. So let's allow it to load for a little bit. So you want to be able to what? Have a compelling LinkedIn profile that shows that shows your details, pretty much shows your activity and who you are, what you stand for here on LinkedIn. So this is how you catch the attention of recruiters. So your LinkedIn has to look something like this. So over the last, I think 1 day or 2 days, I gained 10 more followers. So do well to connect with me. Okay, and let's do more. So just to show you a little bit, so you panel beat your LinkedIn to look like something like that. And then you want to undergo navigating the job market. So where should you be applying to jobs? Okay, how should you position yourself? What are the tactics that you need to learn? So you also undergo this. Then you have interview preparation. Do I need to talk about interview preparation again? Do I still need to talk about the interview preparation again? I guess not. Okay, but the only thing I'll mention is interview preparation is whenever you have an interview coming up, all you need to do is to reach out to us. We'll prepare you ahead of the interview. And this is something that exists on a lifetime offer. So if you come back to us even after your program has ended and say, oh, I have an interview coming up without any extra any additional payment, all you need to do is you would get the interview preparation without any additional cost. You get the interview preparation. You also get what we call job reference. Some please, how can I repossess my LinkedIn? It had been hijacked by some bad guys. So book a clarity session, Moses. Okay, just book a clarity session with us. Let us talk more about that. Okay, so job reference letters. Now, when you get a job, sometimes you'll be asked to provide a referee. So we can stand as a referee because we allow you to use Tenalytics Business as your current or previous experience when you are with us. So as you are learning, it's going to be appearing as you, it's going to be counting for you as job experience. So whenever you get a job and you are asked to get a reference letter, guess what? We would provide you with a compelling reference letter to ensure that we will do our own part in you getting that offer. Okay? And then you have on-the-job support. On-the-job support. I think that is pretty much clear. Do I need to explain it? On-the-job support. I think that's clear, right? Give me a thumbs up if that's clear. You understand what that means? What it means is, even if you've gotten a job and you need support, guess what? We are only a DM away. We are only usually a DM away. Are we together, guys? We are only one DM away. You'd also get weekly mentorship sessions. Okay, weekly mentorship sessions where we'll get to discuss topics that are not technical, okay, but that you need to understand. Like that tricky question I talked about in an interview. If somebody asks you, oh, can you tell us a time where your line manager disagreed with your suggestion openly? How did you handle it? Okay, so that kind of question now, how do you answer? And then you have Upwork optimization. Okay, Upwork optimization. So Upwork is a freelancing platform where you can get gigs. A lot of us may already know Upwork. Okay, a lot of us may already know Upwork. But you think that Upwork is impossible for you to get a job there, okay? And it is just lack of information. If you stay long enough in this session, I may show you what I am talking about, okay? But let's go ahead for now. Now, after, so during the program, it's a 2 month journey, okay? Like Oluwasegun rightly said. So for 2 months, you learn the critical skills that you need, okay, to perform on the job and to get a job. Okay, it's 100% online. Okay, this is how we've been able to meet and help so many people across the globe and even outside of Africa, within Nigeria, within Africa, and so on. So a lot of people have been able to benefit from our program over the past half a decade. Okay, so we are not tired of doing that. So your classes are mainly during the weekend. Your main classes where you get to do the practicals are mainly during the weekend. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sundays, 2 to 5 p.m. You have weekdays support and employability sessions. So these are not classes, but they are sessions that are meant to just support you. Okay, so the Tuesday 9 to 10 p.m. session is where you get to ask questions about, oh, we did this in the last class. I didn't understand this area. Oh, I was trying something on my own. I ran into an error. How do I solve it? Or you have a presentation to make. Okay, maybe an assignment you've been given, and then you have a presentation to make. This is the session where you get to do that. Then on Thursdays, that's where you get to do your mentorship sessions, Thursday evenings. Okay. So, and these are just 1 hour sessions in the evening. You just pop in. You don't need to prepare before the session. You just join and learn. Okay. So, that is that about that. Now, upon completing the program, you get a certificate. Now, the certificate is a world-renowned certificate because it has the accreditation of the ACTD. American Council of Training and Development, which means wherever you present this certificate, it is going to be reckoned with. Okay, we also have the NDPR badging, okay, which goes to show that we understand what we are doing when it comes to the data protection, aspect of things. All right, so you can apply to jobs on, these are some of the remote, if you're looking for remote jobs, you want to work from home, these are some of the platforms where you can actually apply to jobs. Remote OK, Remote Call, WWR, that's we work remotely, Jobspresso, Indeed, Skip the Drive, Well Found, Flex Jobs, LinkedIn, Upwork, Fiverr, and so many more. In fact, there is crossover, which I did not even include here. So I was just, putting this together off the top of my head. There are so many more than this particular one. Now, I'll give you a formula that you need to follow, and we call it the learn, package, and apply. Okay, I also have it somewhere here on my slide, the learn, package, and apply framework. Now, these three aspects are very important if at the end of the day you want to turn what you are learning into an income stream. You can't miss any of these three. If you learn and you package and you don't apply, you're just depriving yourself of opportunities. If you don't learn but you package and apply, I think that's a very perfect description of scam, right? You don't know how to do it, but you package yourself and you're applying to jobs. That is tantamount to deception, right? So you have to do all three: learn, package, and apply to jobs. Okay? If Oluwasegun's CV and LinkedIn was not compelling, and Oluwasegun, you can, if you want people to connect with you, I mean, I can see you're still on the call, so you can share your LinkedIn profile, let people connect with you. Okay? Let people connect with you. All right? You can just put the link in the chat, let people connect with you as well. So if you don't learn, package, and apply, there is no how you are getting the right visibility. So let's continue where we left off. So you saw this young lady, Bukola. She applied the Learn Package Apply framework and she landed herself a job. Same as n8n, currently works remotely with a company in Germany as a data scientist as we speak. You have Judith. You also have, there are so many of them. Okay, there are so many of them as of now. Okay, so since inception, we've helped over 3,000 participants transition into their very first tech job, okay, over the last half a decade. Step one for you right now is to pick one of the skills, one of the career paths. Pick one, okay, and learn it. Number two is you build projects. You want to build projects, okay? That is going to stand for you as real proof that, oh, this person knows how to do this thing. Okay, this person knows how to do this thing. Number three is you then find your niche. You can say, okay, now that I know how to do this thing, I just want to work with companies in the supply chain sector, companies like Nestle. How many of you know Nestle? So many people don't know that Nestle has a very huge supply chain. It's more like a company on its own. Okay, Nestle is the maker of Milo. How many of you know Milo? I'm not trying to sell Milo to you, but just so I drive my point home. So you can say, oh, those are the kind of companies I want to work with. Or you can say, okay, I want to work with fintech. Okay, I want to work with fintech. Okay, like Oluwasegun. And once you've done that, you find your very first client. You find your very first client, and from there you scale up by multiplying 1 into 10. Now, the key thing for you is, I mean, this page is just, reiterating some of the platforms where you can actually get job. Now, the key question is, how can you start today? Okay? Today is the 9th of January, coincidentally, and the class is starting tomorrow. If you were here, you would have heard somebody saying, oh, they had registered and they are meant to start tomorrow. Okay? The class is starting tomorrow, and you can still join that class on the discount that is ending tonight. Okay? The discount is ending tonight. It's a very heavy discount, and today is the day the discount is closing. Okay, today is the day the discount is closing. Now, the standard fee for all our programs is 200,000 naira. Okay, but today you can get a discount on the AI automation engineering program as much as 50%. So which means you'd only be required to pay a total of 100,000 naira. And the good thing is you can split the payment into two parts. 50,000 naira to lock down the discount and start tomorrow, and then 50,000 naira later in January. You can push it to as far as month end in January. Okay. For the other ones, anyone you pick, they're same price. Okay, 200,000 naira, but they have more discount. Okay, 60% discount. So instead of 200,000, you're paying a total sum of 80,000 naira, and you can split the payment into two parts. Okay, 40,000 naira now and 40,000 naira later at the end of January. Now, if you want to get started, all you need to do is to lock down your spot with a direct transfer to this bank account at the bottom of my screen here, the Koda Bank account 3002-668-546. Once you have done that, you send a WhatsApp DM with the proof of payment to this phone number, and you see it in the chat box now. You see it in the chat box, okay? From Deborah Noah, okay? So 0802-512-1729. Okay, send the receipt of payment to that number so that you can get prepared ahead of class tomorrow. Okay, so the class is starting tomorrow. The discount is ending tonight. So if you're securing your spot, type I am securing my spot in the chat so I know that you are securing your spot right now. Okay, and if for any reason you are unable to secure a spot right now, also let me know why that is. Okay, let me know why that is so we can address it and also see how I can be of help to you as well. Okay, so how many of you are starting the class tomorrow? Who is starting the class tomorrow? Okay, so if you have questions, you can raise your hand and also ask the questions. You can raise your hand and ask question. Use the React and then choose raise hand like so. And I'll allow you on mute so we can have a conversation. So once you've sent the transfer, ensure to send us a DM 002-512-1729. If you also want to speak to an expert, you want to speak to me, for example, one-on-one, also send a DM to 002-512-1729. What time tomorrow is the class starting? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. So Saturdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sundays 2 to 5 p.m. Okay? This is the schedule. All right? This is the schedule right here. Okay? This is the schedule right here. All right. So, there are how many seats? I think 5 seats that are actually left. Okay. 5 seats are actually left. So it's highly limited. Not everybody. I think how many people are here? 28 people. So not everybody is likely gonna be able to get on board. But first come, first serve. So secure a spot now, and you're good to go. You are good to go. So again, 0802-512-1729 is the phone line to send a DM once you've made payment. Okay. So questions, 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 questions. Who wants to ask a question? Okay, Moses said got it. All right, Moses, see you in class tomorrow. Congratulations. See you in class tomorrow. Congratulations. And if you are here and you are not registering, I also want to know why are you not registering? What's holding you back? Why are you unable to register? What's holding you back? What's holding you back? Let me know. Feel free. And you can see Olusegun's link to his profile in the chat. So if you want to connect with him, please do well to connect. Somebody said na baba na money. Oh. All right, fantastic. Guess what? Okay, let me interest you in something. This is a hot update. Okay? If you wait till tomorrow, you meet me. You'll be able to join the course in February, in March. Tomorrow is not the only class starting. Okay? But the new price is going to be 250,000 naira. So we're scrapping this 100K ticket price point. Everything is going for 250,000 naira after now. Okay. And even at that price point, what you'd gain is worth your time, worth every penny. So even if the price was greater than 250,000, it's going to be worth your investment. Okay. But now that it is available at this price point, your conversation should be, how do I find a way to at least lock this one down? This one should not pass me by. Okay. That's why I say you should ask questions. All right. So ask questions. Okay. Ask questions. But more importantly, secure your spot and let's get you started. If you wait till tomorrow, just prepare your 250,000 naira complete. Okay. So you know that even if there is an installment package on the 250,000 naira, your first payment will be 175, if my mathematics is correct. 175. Almost two times what you are being asked to pay now. Okay. How do I lock down my spot? All you need to do is to do a direct transfer to the bank account on your screen. Okay. 3002-668-546. And then you send a DM immediately after to this number 0802-512-1729. So you can get onboarded and join the class tomorrow. Okay. Fabia said, aside from class starting tomorrow, is there going to be another class? Yes, there's going to be another class, but it's going to cost you 250,000 naira at least. Okay, so Fabia, why are you not joining now? Why are you joining at that time? Is it the schedule? What exactly is holding you back? So that I can give you suggestions that will change your that will change that will change your trajectory. Okay, so Fabia, did I get a response? Okay, money. All right. So when you say money, is it that the money you have is too much right now? The money is too much, you can't register, or it's otherwise. And if it's otherwise, how much do you have now? Okay, how much do you have now? What's the duration of the class? 3 hours, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays, 2 to 5 p.m. on Sundays. User is saying, I would like to start in February, but right now I'm short on the deposit. I have less than 50K for the first deposit. Is it possible that I can work? What's the exact amount you have? User. I can see user as your name, so that's why I'm calling you user. 30K. Okay, this is what would happen. All right, this is what would happen. Okay. Um, just send a DM asking the same question you asked now. Okay. Just send it as a DM to that phone number 0802. Let me type it by myself. 0802 4512 1729. Okay. And what you should do, because your case will be a special case. Okay. So send a DM to that line right now. The same question you asked, just copy it and paste it in that DM and say, Mohammed asked me to ask you. All right. And you will be put through what direction you should go. Once you've sent it, let me know. When would this class end? It's gonna end once nobody's asking questions anymore. We're going to end it and the discount closes. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Rollins. So who else has a question that you want to ask? Any question? Any question? Any question? And mind you, guys, mind you, a lot of people, if I had come here today and I said, do you know that there's an investment you can make? Okay, it's gonna cost you only 100,000 naira. Okay, and after the investment, if you leave it for 1 year, if you leave the investment untouched for 1 year, you can start to get back up to 500,000 naira a month, 500K a month, okay, for as long as you wish. People will say, "Ah, tell me about the investment." Guess what? You're welcome. Here it is in front of you. Okay. But because I did not call it investment, you are saying, oh, I don't have the money now. Oh, this and that. Now, think of how much you are leaving on the table in terms of the possibilities of increasing your earning by not taking the course. You just close the door on that opportunity totally. Okay? You have every reason to register. It does not involve coding. You're not going to have to learn this for 1 year. You have the support of Tenalytics business in every way, shape, or form, interview prep, reference letter, on-the-job support. So there is no reason for you not to take this particular program. Okay? So think of what you are leaving on the table if you are not registering tonight. Okay, so Fabia is asking, can I fit in even though I have no knowledge of data analysis or AI or anything related? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely in capital letter. All right. So absolutely is the answer. Grant is saying I already made a deposit of 50 okay, last December. How do I complete my payment? When is the class commencing? The class is commencing tomorrow. Grant George, check your email. Okay, emails have been pushed out, so ensure to check your email. Okay, check your spam box. And if you are confused, just send a message to any of the admins in any of our communities that you are in, or any of our team members that you have spoken to before. Just send them and you'll be pointed in the right direction. Let me see. I think the questions, please, can we get the recording of the class for people that were late? How many people were late? Love it. How many of you were late? Or are you speaking for yourself? All right. Don't worry, I'm just playing, okay? I'm just playing. Definitely will send the recording only if you filled the attendance form. Okay? So Janet, maybe you want to help Lovette with the attendance form one more time so that she can fill it out. Okay, I do need a one-on-one because I have a few questions, so I'll fill the form already. Okay, fantastic. Hope you booked. So the class starting tomorrow is for AI automation engineering for all of them, for all of them. Okay, so we have 5 experts who are gonna take each of the classes. Okay. Fabia said I was late. Fill the attendance form if you are late. Okay, so Deborah has posted the attendance form. Um, Also Janet has posted the attendance form. So do we have any more questions? Um, I'm sure people want to go to bed now. So do we have any more questions? Or that is all? Again, the discount ends tonight. Once I log off this call, you see I'm trying to drag it a little. That's to buy you time. The discount is actually ending tonight. Prices are changing from tomorrow. Okay? All right. Secure your spot tonight. Don't let it pass tonight. Okay? If at all you don't secure it within this call right now, before 12 midnight, please secure it. Else, just find another extra 150K to top it up to 250. So, and once you're done filling out the form, send a DM to 0802 512 1729 immediately for further instructions. Okay? 8 a.m. in the morning, you're going to put us under pressure, Moses. Okay? Because we put us under pressure of sending you the onboarding, showing you, okay. 8 a.m. Wow, that's going to be tight. Okay. But once you have done it, Moses, send a DM. In fact, send a DM right now. Okay. So that your stuffs can be prepared right now for you. So that immediately you make the payment 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, you'll be put through. But you need to inform somebody that you're going to do that now. Else, you won't find anybody available for you by 8 a.m. tomorrow. Because officially, our preparation is that the discount is ending tonight. Okay, the discount is ending tonight. Okay, Fabia, can this grace extend till Monday? You would have missed class. Even if I extend it, you miss class. What will you do with the class that you miss? All right. So for that reason, it cannot be extended to Monday. Okay. The very least that I can do is for like who was that again? The person that said they had just 30,000 and they wanted to start in February. Okay. So if that's your case, or Fabia, what you want to do is send us a DM. Okay. Let's discuss in detail. But Monday is out of it. Okay. Monday is not part of it. Okay. If you want to register on Monday, then what you're talking about is 250,000. Except that is okay by you. If that's okay by you, it's okay by us too. Okay? That's okay by all too. Okay. So please your number so I can chat you up. So 0802-512-1729. Would this video be available for me to watch after? Moses, if you, that's Moses Ogbonna, if you filled the attendance form, yes. If not, no. Okay. All right. So I think, and yeah, that's the attendance form in the chat. Moses Ogbonna. So you can click on the blue link, fill the attendance form. Okay. I think we have come to the end of tonight's session. So guys, once again, AI is not rocket science, okay? You don't need to be a professor in mechanical engineering or turbine machines to become an AI expert, okay? Even I that did mechanical engineering as my first degree, I ran away from engineering, not because engineering is difficult, but because tech can translate into opportunities that you never saw yourself in, okay? Opportunities that you never saw yourself in. You want to be able to work from home and earn a fantastic salary. It's tech. Okay? It's tech. So right now, take action. Yes, Moses, that's correct. The number is correct. So what you need to do now is to take action, not to sit this one out. If you sit it out, you are losing something. Okay? Let me tell you, if you sit out this particular discount, you are losing 150,000 naira. Now, if you don't pay at all, you don't register for the program, you are losing out on the realistic possibility of earning a very good income, okay, month on month, okay, year on year. You are missing out, you're closing the door on that opportunity. So, and the cost of your inaction is going to be that opportunity. That's the cost you pay. That's the price you pay. Okay? That's the price you are paying. So which one is more expensive? Pay 100,000 naira now, give yourself the opportunity, or you pay 500,000 naira per month. Because yes, that's what you're leaving on the table. Okay? And um if you don't register. So thank you for the light you shared with us tonight. I'm grateful. Fantastic. I'm glad you got value for your time, Fabia. I'm glad I did not waste your time. So guys, this is where I would say thank you very much. If you're still here and you're hearing me, you can listen, you can hear my voice. Thank you very much for your time. I really, really hope that you got value for your time. And more importantly, I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in class tomorrow so we can get this journey started. Okay? So we can get this journey started. So cheers, guys, and have a wonderful night rest.